Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the common rooms, the little virtual tours that they put up for it for Hogwarts Legacy, the upcoming video game that we're all very, very excited for. And so if you like this content, you want to see more stuff like it, especially leading up to it, and then obviously once the game releases, lots and lots more, definitely subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for all of that. But basically, I'm just going to kind of go through the tours, let it play through and stop it when I see something that I like. Not really a reaction type video, I just thought that they all looked pretty cool and I wanted to kind of share my thoughts about them going through. So we're going to start off with Gryffindor, since that's the house that I got sorted into. Alright, so first impressions just from that couple seconds of spanning there. You can see that we've got a Hogwarts type banner up there. So we've got the Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw. So the Hogwarts logo, and I assume this shield is that looks like the Gryffindor one. And then the rest of it is more Gryffindor themed. But I like that they do have the school banner in the common room, not just Gryffindor stuff. So hopefully we'll see that throughout all the things. But right off the bat, we can see quite a few paintings. Hopefully in the game, the paintings are going to move. I know that that's a little bit more complicated than just static paintings, but I just reread the first book since posting my video where I showed the house that I got sorted into. I realized it had been a long time since I read them, so I just reread the first one. And they put so much emphasis on the fact that wizards find it very weird for paintings and pictures not to move. Or I guess, yeah, no, paintings too, yeah, because most of the ones in Hogwarts are paintings. They found it weird for them not to move, so it would be weird to me if in the game they don't move. But I do like the very castle-y theme of this, since this is Gryffindor. Godric Gryffindor was a very medieval type character. They're all from the same time period, but he was very into the medieval chivalry type stuff. So I like that it looks like an accurate interior from a castle from like the High Middle Ages. I'm a big fan of that. Obviously the red and gold predominate throughout, and we've got some suits of armor, and I love all of that. Didn't see, so in the books, they talk about the comfortable armchairs in the Gryffindor common room, especially ones near the fireplace. I'm trying to see if I can catch an eye. I'm seeing couches. There's an armchair by the doorway there, but I didn't see a fireplace per se. Again, lots and lots of pictures, another Gryffindor banner and another Hogwarts banner. So there we've got some windows going up. Reminds me of the movies, because they did quite a few stained glass windows in the movies. And this reminds me of, I think it was in the Goblet of Fire, where they showed the prefect's bathroom and they had the stained glass windows in there. These really, really match the style they went for in there, so I like that. I'm seeing some trophies. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a thing that is accurate to the lore, because Hogwarts has a dedicated large trophy room where I'm pretty sure school trophies are kept, like house trophies, like the House Cup or all that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure they're all kept in there, so it'd be interesting to see why there are some trophies over here in what appears to be the stairs leading up to the dormitories in the Gryffindor common room. Some more pictures. Another Hogwarts banner. So this will be the entrance going in, so there's our portrait of the fat lady, and one thing that I like here is that they're going more lore accurate than the movies did, because the description of this hallway leading up into the tallest tower, and how they actually show the portrait. We'll have to see if it requires a password to enter or if it just opens up automatically when you get there. They do go to the tunnel, so this is something that the movies didn't ever display in any sort of a meaningful way. I don't know if it was just supposed to be implied, but in the books it's specific that the portrait of the fat lady there guards off from the tunnel, so it's a narrower tunnel. It's not a hallway or a doorway right behind the painting. There's actually a tunnel that goes through up into the common room. So it's cool that that's being included in the game. Okay, again, another view of the common room. This appears to be the same section that we looked at before, just a different angle. Here you can see some armchairs, and there's some more armchairs. Not seeing a fireplace yet. But there we've got another suit of armor, very large painting up here. We can see another Hogwarts banner in the background. Not a lot standing out to me here, other than, obviously, Gryffindor students. There's, that must be the staircase up to the dorms. Okay, there we got some art. There's our fireplace. Alright, so over here's our fireplace. There's a couch in front of it, not seeing any comfy armchairs. Of course, this takes place 100 years before the Harry Potter books, so hard to say what we can there. But it looks like we've got two main sections, one large room over here, and then another one off to the side. We have our spinning globes that all of the common rooms seem to have that you can interact with. Wave your wand at them and make them spin. So that's fun. Then we've got a chest that appears to be interactable. I'm not sure what that'll be for. Possibly, I would guess not personal storage, but maybe like upgrading your character. Maybe it's going to be a skill interaction type thing. I would guess that if they're going to have something to like change your clothing and stuff, that should be in your dormitory, not in the common room. There we see some sort of a bulletin board. I'm just going to go ahead and guess that's going to be a way to pick up side activities in the game. It would make sense that that would be how it'd be posted. So if you want to join clubs or stuff, if they're going to have that in the game, it would be likely that this cork board that they've got here would be where you do that. It'd be interesting to see if corkboard existed in 1890. I'm not sure. You can see we've got a plaque there, probably with, I mean, just my guess from schools in general would be something to do with maybe the Quidditch, you know, who won it for what year, maybe the House Cup record. Another shot of those same staircase with the same stained glass windows. So there we saw that the painting was definitely moving, so hopefully all of them do, but it's cool that at least some of them do. I noticed that the character there walking up the stairs had his wand out, so that would make me assume that, I mean, if you can have your wand out at any point in the school, or maybe it's not any point, but you can in the common room, hopefully this will be very interactive and you can use magic wherever you want, because I feel like that's the freedom a lot of people want in this game. And there we have one more view overlooking the common room again. There's our tunnel coming in, so you can see that that's where you come into the room. Here's the central spire of the castle or the tower that we're in, and it goes up around that. Again, loving the medieval accents. We've even got matriculations or a sort of form of matriculations in the crenels of these, or in the merlons of these crenellations, so that's pretty cool. So that was the Gryffindor common room. Pretty cool. I liked it. I look forward to spending time in there as a Gryffindor. But let's move on to the next house. So here we've got the Hufflepuff House, and our first shot looking into it looks very homey. A lot of wood tones and brick. From what I know, what little I know about the Hufflepuff common room, given the fact that I don't think we've ever actually seen it or gotten a good description of it in the books, I like the way this looks. We can see quite a few themes that make sense for the house going through. Here's our cork board over here in the corner, again, where I assume you're going to get your quests and stuff, your side activities, and I would just assume that that's the doorway for how to get in. Over here we've got a painting of a woman holding a small cup over the fireplace. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that that's Helga Hufflepuff, since, you know, it's in the Hufflepuff common room. It's a woman and she's holding a cup that looks like the cup from Harry Potter. So I guess you could call that an Easter egg, but from the 7th Harry Potter film. But other than that, what I know about the Hufflepuff common room is that it's accessible from the kitchen, which is down in the basement. So it makes sense that we've got the sort of older looking brick tones. I like it. Very homey feeling. And if I was going to compare it to something I know a little bit more about, or a lot more about in this case, it would be Tolkien, and this feels very Hobbit-ish, and I definitely like that feeling. It's a very nice room. You can see some dancing, jiggly cactus type things. I like that. One of the most common classes that you hear associated, or skill sets associated with Hufflepuffs, is herbology. And so I like the overprevalence of plants in this room. Definitely a different feeling than Gryffindor. Nice fireplace, not quite as grand as Gryffindor's, but looking very, very well placed with the decor of this room. So here's a shot of another room, or possibly a different angle of the same one, but I think it's a different one. And again, we see quite a few more plants, lots of stuff hanging from the ceiling, stuff around all the bottom, even stuff over on the walls. It has just an entirely different feel than the Gryffindor common room. So here this could be, wow, this is even more Hobbit-ish, Tolkien-esque than before. You can see we've got some round doors leading off into different stuff, possibly dormitories would be my guess, is that maybe this is a central hub and each one of these heads to a different dorm. So this is just another shot of the same room, seems to be going up to the second story there. A lot more dormitories is just what I'm going to guess all these doors lead off to. All right, and this will be accessing it, so we're going to be on the outside here. We're down in the basement of Hogwarts in the kitchens, which are directly below the Great Hall, and this will be showing us the entrance. All right, so I love that entrance. That's fantastic. It looks great as that opens up. I really like that animation. I feel like if I were a Hufflepuff in this game, I would not get sick of that. It's considerably more fun than the Portrait of the Fat Lady opening, let's just say it that way. Another shot of the common room there. We've got a ghost. Not sure who that could be. Oh, you know what? I bet you that's, what's his name? The Fat Friar or whatever, the Hufflepuff ghost. I'm willing to bet that's who that is, so that's fun. Another shot of that same room, though. Oh, we got a plant watering itself there. That's cool. I'm also, on the bright side, this all appears to have been rendered in engine. It's a little bit shaky, which shows me that someone is manually panning and scrolling to do all of this, possibly with shadow capture. So that's a good sign to me because this all looks pretty good for in-engine. Another shot of that hub area for the dorm room. Not noticing anything in particular other than it just feels really homey. Okay, so right over our character's we got shoulder there, we can see that chest. I'm guessing that's the same one that we noted in the Gryffindor common room. That's going to be interactable for something. Oh, and we had just what was in that last frame. Something here with a little green flame. That looks like it's probably significant. I don't know, maybe flue powder? That could be interesting. There's our friar again, the Hufflepuff ghost. And a portrait of some Quidditch there. Quidditch won't be in the game, at least right now. I'm hoping and betting that it's maybe going to be a DLC thing added later on. And so that's the end of the Hufflepuff tour. And honestly, I really, really like that. It's got a very unique vibe, very homey, feels very right for Hufflepuff. But let's move on to the next house. All right, and so we're going to be doing Ravenclaw here. And just first impressions from this first frame. Again, super different. None of these rooms have felt like they're just, you know, different variations of the Gryffindor common room, since that's the one common room that you see a lot in the films and get descriptions of a lot in the books. You get a little bit of Slytherin in the films and in the books, but not nearly as much. Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff are basically non-existent. I love the way this looks. It's totally unique. It looks like pretty much nothing we've ever seen in Hogwarts, and I really love the way this looks. A lot of whites and blues going on, which makes sense, matches the house, but it has that kind of almost Greco-Roman style, which makes sense given that that's going to be associated with your higher academic learning and everything, and Ravenclaws are known for their intelligence and cleverness. We can even see the statue of what I assume is Rowena Ravenclaw there. Right next to her, we've got what appears to be a Greek-style vase. Actually, two of them there. So I can feel that influence pretty heavily in this design. Of course, we've got a full-size harp standing there. I wonder if that'll be interactable and playable. That would be interesting. Here's our chest. You can see it down in the bottom right corner. I'm guessing that's going to be that same chest that we noticed before. And opposite it, again, a green flame. Maybe that could be a save point. I'm not sure what that could be for. But we're seeing them placed next to each other in each common room, so I'm guessing both of those are interactable, and both of them going to be featured prominently in some sort of a gameplay element. Alright, so in this one we've got a fireplace, but it's very different. The other ones were exterior wall fireplaces, very classic style. This one is a little bit more modern looking, kind of Renaissance feeling. We got it out in the center of the room. The chimney pulls it up. It's open to all four sides, so obviously a lot of people could fit around this. Very nice. Seeing a telescope over there. There's our spinny globe thing we can interact with. Interestingly, also have some late 14th or early 15th century suit of armors here. So that's suits of armor here. That's very cool. So this feels definitely more, if Gryffindor common room was late, like the late early into the early high medieval period, this feels more late high into early late medieval period. And you can see definitely there's musical instruments, astronomy instruments, stuff like that, lots of books, workspaces, tables. It definitely feels like they geared this one more towards the whole academic side of Hogwarts, which feels right because it's Ravenclaw, but I do like that detail. And I'm also noticing in the color scheme I know this is more of a wood tone down here, but I would describe all of the browns in this as kind of a coppery feel against that white and blue. It looks really sharp. There we've got a large wall of books next to another globe, another telescope. Even some oil lamps, so that feels significantly newer. In the Gryffindor common room, you saw a lot of like candles and stuff. In here, we've got what appears to be a forced oil lamp, so that's fun. Inkwell over there on the table. Clearly, I would guess that, just given the lore of the world here, we're going to be writing with quills, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. So here we've got the entrance to Ravenclaw, and I believe that in the books it was said that there wasn't a password for Ravenclaw House like there was for Gryffindor. The bird there, which I believe is an eagle, because it's a common misconception that the house animal for Ravenclaw would be a raven, which would make sense given the name. But I think it's actually an eagle is their house animal. But basically the bird asks you a riddle and you have to solve it to answer the door. It would be very fun, if maybe just a little bit annoying, if we actually had to do that in the game as a Ravenclaw. If to get in there you had to answer a riddle every time, that'd be cool. So there, our bird folds open and the door swings open right into the entrance area of the common room. You can see some more astrology and astronomy type stuff up on the ceiling. There's that shot we had at the beginning with the two Greek-style vases next to the statue of Ravenclaw. There's our harp. It's got a very large, open, airy feeling to it. I really like the design in here. Like I said, I think they're playing well into what you picture when you think Ravenclaw. We're in the upstairs of that central room there. You can see you got something hanging down. I'm not certain what that would be. It's not going to be the fireplace, because then where would the smoke go? That wouldn't make any sense. But we've got a large observation type area up here with a lot of windows. Very, very open and light. I like that. And in the back, you can see another spiral staircase. I'm going to guess that takes you up to the dormitories. There's our spinning globe. Some more moving portraits and quite a few more books and desks. Okay, and the whole ceiling here and by the fireplace is again covered with all that astrology stuff. So maybe I'm just not remembering it. I don't know. They probably said it in the books. Like I said, I only just reread the first one, so by the time my next video comes out, I'll probably be done with the next 4. But maybe is the Ravenclaw common room in the astronomy tower? I mean, I guess that would make sense, but some big stuff happens there later on in the books, and if that's right next to the Ravenclaw common room, you'd think that would have gotten a little bit more attention. Oh yeah, that's Ravenclaw. I love that house. It's so far in serious competition with the Hufflepuff House for being my favorite common room. But let's move on to our last house, Slytherin. All right, so we open up into the Slytherin common room here, and it is obviously in the dungeons. So in the books, I want to say it was described as, obviously it's darker and because it's in the dungeons, but it's very warm. They describe it as being dark yet warm, and it's not like it's damp and gross down there. And the windows are, I believe, underwater, and they show out into the Black Lake. So it's got a very unique feel to it. We do see it a little bit in the second film, but in there it's mostly just black with like green decor. This looks very different from what we saw in the films, quite a bit brighter. They probably didn't want it to be too dark and disgusting just because quite a few players are going to be Slytherins. So you can see we've got a skylight there letting in some natural light. I wonder if that's somewhere on the grounds or if that's also under the Black Lake. That'd be interesting. But the rest of the common room, you can see this kind of looks like granite that was carved out. And so I wonder if the whole room is just carved right into the rock of the foundations for Hogwarts. That would be interesting in exploring some more. But yeah, you can see that. That appears to be, I'm just going to guess that's Salazar Slytherin right there. We got a lot of snake themes going on already. We're seeing snakes all over the place. Do have some green, but not an overwhelming amount. All right, and opposite the one that I'm guessing is Salazar Slytherin, we've got someone here. Now, there's probably some extreme Potterhead that knows exactly who that is there, but some sort of a woman associated with him. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that more. Got another fireplace, this one again with some heavy snake themes going on. I like it. Even got some skulls. Definitely has that vibe of the house that evil wizards get put into. All right, and there we've got our big windows opening up onto the Black Lake. That's cool. That looks really nice. I love that a lot. Huge arching ceiling in here. Again, all appears to be carved out of rough rock. So that's interesting to see. I really like that as an architectural style here. But yeah, I love those windows looking out onto the lake. So there we can see our Slytherin character walking up. Well, that is some rumor requirement looking shit right there. That might be the coolest door reveal yet for any of these houses. I really liked the Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw was okay, Gryffindor's is okay. That was cool. A snake that slithers out of the ground, swings up, and just magically the door appears. That was awesome. So I think that might be my favorite entrance out of all of them. Here we're back in that in the room with the windows opening up into the lake. Here we've got, I was wondering what was in this glass case. That could be a mermaid. I'm not sure what that is. A set of wizard's chess. Here's hoping that we'll be able to play that throughout the game, possibly as a mini game. That would be cool. Got quite a few skeletons scattered around the room. That one appears to be some sort of a large bird, maybe an ostrich or an emu. Or some sort of a magical beast might make more sense, but, you know, I don't know what they are. Alright, there's that woman again. I wonder if this is another, she's showing up again somewhere else, or if this is that same area and this is just off to the side. That was a pretty cool hallway there. Let me go back to that last frame. Pretty cool looking. It looks like there's probably some depth there along the sides, but we've got some windows that are definitely what looks like they're under the lake, but that natural light filtering through looks very cool. All right, this is going to be, I think that's the frame that we saw from the big room before, down the hallway. There we've got what I assume is Salazar Slytherin, a statue of him, and then a staircase going up to either side. My guess would be to the girls' dorms and the boys' dorms. Had some flying books there. I don't know if you saw that. That guy was carrying books, and some of the books were flying. That was pretty cool. Another skeleton. That was a cool water feature. I would hope that that's going to have dynamic water sound effects, because, you know, that would be cool to hear that in there. And then one more shot at the same room that we started in with the large carved out rock walls, lots of natural light coming through. Honestly, very cool common room. Now, I liked each of those four. They were all very cool. Like I said, I got sorted into Gryffindor, so I'll probably be stuck with the one that we all know the most and are maybe the least impressed by, since it's, you know, the one that's the most well established. And honestly, out of the four, it might have been my least favorite. It and Slytherin were close. Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff were awesome. Both of those looked really cool. It would probably depend on my mood to which one I would like to spend more time in, you know, the mood I had at each given day. But when I was doing the thing to get sorted into my house, I was hoping for Ravenclaw, and honestly, they had a really cool common room. Let me know down in the comment section if you've gotten sorted into your house, or if you've always known what house you were, or whatever, if you're a huge Harry Potter fan. Let me know down in the comment section, or if you're maybe making your decision and you're going to choose your house once the game comes out based on which common room. I don't think they're going to make big gameplay differences. I'm sure it'll probably be pretty much an identical experience. It's just the atmosphere is going to be different for you in the game based on which house you're in. I thought all those were pretty cool. It was awesome that they released these little tours. It's a tiny snippet of content, but really helps build my confidence in the quality of the game. So yeah, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, but we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.